Aloha. Oh, we just got Mr. Temper redeemed arithmetician. How's it going, everybody? Oops, forgot to click off of this to my talking face. There we go. How's it going? Marius Thorpe 12, I do remember you. I did beat Wizardry yesterday, shortly after you left. You can find the conclusion to that on YouTube. It's stored there. I think it's still stored on Twitch for a while as well. Well, thanks very much. That ending was ridiculous. Let's see here. The islands of Ladamasco were worlds away from mankind. It was a land of monsters and misfits ruled by three strong leaders. Dracula, Vampra, and General von Hessler. And so it was for many centuries until the greedy von Hessler mounted an attack on the other island leaders. With dark magic and an army of zombies, von Hessler took control of all three kingdoms. During the final battle, Vampra's daughter, Camellia, fled from the castle by moonlight to seek help from Dracula's son, Spike McFang, who was training to be a warrior on an island far away. You and I both. I know a little bit about this game. Not a whole lot. So this is, of course, The Twisted Tales of Spike McFang. This was published by Bulletproof Software, which was founded by Hank Rogers, the guy who got Nintendo Tetris. Amazing story. If you've never heard that, there are some great documentaries out there. They recently made a movie, I think, the Tetris movie. Hank Rogers is a guy I like. He's also from Hawaii. And Bulletproof is a joint, or was a joint American-Japanese company. I think they were replaced by Bullet Wave software, something like Blue Wave or Blue Planet software, something like that. This was developed by Red. Darn, I thought I knew it off the cuff. Hang on one second. Red Company. It is actually a sequel to a TurboGrafx game that we did not get overseas, which is a shame. But as you could tell, it has that old school, early 90s, 80s anime look to it, you know, with the big pauldrons right there. Look at the shoulder pads and the big hair and stuff like that. The big colorful hair era. But this is probably the biggest. It has a PC engine look to it. That's a good description. How's it going, Turbo Roland? Yay, hurrah, and huzzah. Name a bigger culture shock than jumping from Wizardry 5 to Spike McFang. I can't think of a bigger chasm of tonality and presentation. Wizardry 5 had its jokiness, but what a cruel game. By comparison, I'm looking forward to a pretty smooth experience here. Sequel technically to PC Engine game. Yeah, I can't recall the name of that game right now off the cuff. There it is, 1990-93 Red. It's got my name on it and everything like that. Okay, so get my start button here. And I have not used this cart yet. I've not popped it on. I believe I got it in a trade, so these are somebody's previous saves here. I will keep, out of honor for them, we'll keep the longest when they're at 4 hours, and delete these two here for now. Hugely different music. I expect this is going to be a much smoother, softer, easygoing, casual experience, which is nice. This is an action RPG as well. The game is a sequel to the TurboGrafx 16 game Makai Prince Dorobochan, which was only released in Japan. There it is. Makai Prince. Makai Prince, didn't they... Makai Kingdom was the name of a strategy game. Tactical RPG, rather. I don't know that those are related. Let me see. Makai Kingdom, Chronicles of Sacred Tome. No, this was done by Nippon Ichi and published in the EU by Koei. It was recently included in the Prinny Presents NIS Classics Volume 2. Yeah, I don't think they're related at all. The name and also the art style had me for a second wondering if there was a connection. Okay, let's get started here. Oh, look at this. Adorable. I instantly love this art style. Oh, and we spotted our first Moai. Was there a Moai in Wizardry 5? I don't know if I encountered one. This is it, Professor? Steam? Fighter Island, where young adventurers learn the ways of the warrior.
You've been reading too many brochures, Spike.
That may be true, Professor, but if I'm going to rule the kingdom of Dracula, someday I have to learn to protect the land. We're not going to do that voice the whole time. I don't think so. We're feeling out the characters still.
You're always one step ahead of me, Spike.
Hey, someone's coming. Maybe we'll just do like a Mickey Mouse for Spike McFang. Camellia, what are you doing here?
Spike, General von Hessler's army of zombies has taken over the land of Vladimasco.
That's terrible. Where are my parents and your mother?
Missing. It's up to us to find them and defeat von Hessler.
Wait a minute. Before the two of us go battling armies of drooling ghouls, I think I need a little practice. I've already signed up for these classes, and if I back out now, I'll lose the deposit.
Fine. You go to your little warrior camp. I'm going to go to Ratville to see if I can find someone who is ready to save the islands.
Listen, Camellia.
Catch up to me in Ratville if it fits into your schedule, wimp.
Ooh.
Camellia. Camellia. That didn't go so well.
She's upset. Her kingdom is crumbling and evil creatures are running rampant. That could put a damper on your day.
It looks like you should get your training out of the way. Then see about saving your own crumbling kingdom.
Good idea.
I'll go back to Batland and wait for you there.
Thanks. Give me a call on my cellular phone if you need me. He has a cell phone? All right, here we get to control him. Look at this. We're not just doing top and horizontal and vertical. We're doing all the directions here. He looks great. That's great animation. Been a while, folks. We're doing good. We're doing good. We just beat Wizardry 5 yesterday. We beat, what did we do before that? Soul Blazer. I was playing Uncharted on stream before that. Before that, we did Shadowrun, Ys 3, Zardion. There was something else before Ys 3. I can't remember one of those games. Makai Kingdom was one of those. Disgaea. Yes, it is. Hey, thanks very much. That wasn't quite my mini. My mini is a little higher. We'll see if I can pull it off next time. I'm not super into it yet. We'll try and work on improving the voices. But thank you very much. I appreciate it. Who's this guy? Do you want to record your progress? Okay, Moai save points. Please hurry. There's no time to lose. Love it already. Instantly love it. Okay, so we got a little like spinning attack here. Oh, you can make yourself dizzy just hang on. So he's got a jump. Okay. He's got a spinning attack here, but if you mash it, he gets dizzy. I freaking love that. That's wonderful. Okay.
And what do you have to say for yourself, Professor?
Can't go this way, right? Oh, what's over here? Sheep. There's always sheep in my way, you know? Okay, let's see what else we got. I assume they'll teach us stuff. This is ideally how I start to play a new game that I've never played before. You feel it out. You let the game itself teach you. And then if you need to consult extra materials, you can. Well, hello.
Hello, Spike. I'm Master Ching Kao King, the spirit of Fighter Island. But you can call me Clarence.
Oh, thank goodness.
We will start your training with jumping exercises. Press the B button to jump over 15 rolling logs.
All right, Hefe, where's my logs? Oh, there's one. Somebody somewhere is screaming that I called this an RPG. We haven't gotten to the RPG part yet. How come it says one log? I've been doing a lot more than that. Oh no, poor Spike. Still says one log. I think we did it.
Well done. Let's move on to the next challenge.
Always check your peripherals. You never know. Caves. We got caves. Can't go in the caves.
This is where you will master the spin attack. Press the Y button to spin and hit 30 rocks with your cape. But don't spin too quickly or you'll get dizzy.
Oh, it's got a decent range to it, actually. That is not at all... That's not like Ys 3 level range. Like, you can actually hit something with this without being right up next to it. That was my first concern, was, you know, how's this range going to work out? But it looks okay. It looks pretty good. Ring! It's Professor Steam.
Hello, Professor. What's going on?
You have achieved another level of experience.
There it is.
Be careful.
All right, so that's it. That's the bit that makes it an RPG. A lot of people I talk with will be like, "Oh, you know, it's if it has a sword in it, it's an RPG. If it's a fantasy setting, it's an RPG." But it's the intrinsic rather than the extrinsic upgrades, the progression, the character growth.
Excellent. Hop onto the seesaw in the clearing ahead.
Okay, Gramps, I don't think there's anything else down there. Let's keep going here. Oh, a bunch of these dudes. Well, should probably get that checked. Okay. I'm gonna talk to you here. You know, I would have adored playing this as a kid. I mean, I'm already loving this as an adult, but why did I not play this as a kid? This was just like one of those rare games, I guess. I don't think I'd even heard of it before formulating this list.
Now you're ready to learn the hat toss. Press and hold the Y button until your hat begins to float. Then let go and watch it fly. Your challenge is to ground 15 balloon animals.
Wait, what? Oh, you could do like a little Mario Odyssey thing here. Odyssey, yes, see, this is good. I'm gonna say that's where they got the idea. Okay, so he gets stationary. What I'm curious about is if you could use that to pop. You can, okay. It seems weird to say, but really enjoy the physics on this. It has a pleasant sense of gravity. Maybe not gravity isn't the right word. a sense of momentum and movement, maybe. That feels really nice.
Excellent. Let's move on to the last challenge.
Let's see what it is. Oh, it's Hideous Screaming Death. Oh no, he's fine. Oh no, we got Dizzy. That's it.
You've learned well so far, Spike. Now you must spar with me and overcome my magic cane. Let's fight!
Mortal Kombat. Do this. This music is kind of nuts, though. Okay, I guess we're hitting the cane here. Got it. Ah, too fast. It's actually, he's pretty slow. It's kind of hard to dodge stuff here. Especially when you get all bullet hell on me. I wonder if we can, oh, okay, you can fend it off by spinning. Ta-da! Hazan, hurrah, GG. First boss defeated. I did it!
Yes, you did very well. I will reward your efforts by giving you this small token.
It's an empty box.
When you learn card tricks, you can store your cards in this file. Press the L and R buttons to sort through your cards, then press the A button to perform the selected trick.
Cool, so we get some extra abilities. Hey, Ray, this isn't wizardry. Thank God it isn't wizardry. My goodness. Can't believe they copied it from Odyssey. Better watch out for a lawsuit. Nintendo's like, hello, what's all this then? Baron Cinco Play, how you doing? Turbo, love the music. I do too. I mean, man, it is a huge tonal shock after playing wizardry. Meanwhile, Colonel Hydra has invaded the castle of Dracumen and placed Felina in charge of the army. You are in control of the castle, Felina. Don't let me down.
Yes, Mother.
Get to work.
Yes, Mother.
All right. Little bad guy stuff going on.
Well, Professor, it looks like my first order of business should be to go to my castle home and find my parents.
Good luck, Spike. Here is 100 gold. For supplies, I'll wait for you here.
I'll be back soon.
Good luck.
Yeah, always make sure to save. Looks like we can't stagger saves in this. I'm not anticipating that's going to be at all an issue. I've heard this is a very short, breezy game. If you press the select button, you can see how many cards you have. Okay. Really reminds me of Secret of Mana here with these menus. Von Hessler's son was lurking around Batland. Be careful. The king was taken away to the castle of Von Hessler. The queen may still be in Dracumen Castle. Bat logo here, but I guess everything's vampire themed. Here's a shop. What am I looking at here? Feather hat, star hat, big tomato card, and the tomato juice card. Ray, how's it going? Yeah, absolutely counting on it being a palate cleanser. A palate or a palate cleanser. I don't care how you spell it. I'll take it either way. So I take it you've played this one before then. You sound as if you're familiar with it. Let's see. I think I will get the big tomato card. And then we'll come back and we'll buy the tomato juice card. We'll get everything at some point. So, big tomato card restores some of your hit points. That's nice. A little heal right off the bat. One of Colonel Hydra's minions has invaded Dracula Castle. The kingdom is a shambles, it looked like, rather than is in shambles. That's right. Vampiric people can't spell. We know that. Been wanting to play this one for years. I think you'd really like this Cinco play. We were discussing this earlier, that it's a quasi sequel to a TG TurboGrafx game that did not come over to the States. What was it? Makai Makai, which in Hawaiian means toward the sea, by the way. Makai Prince Dorobachan. So yeah, TG16 is a side scroller. There it is. There it is. Yeah. I just scrolled down to see Ray explaining the same thing. Looking it up, it looks like a Master System game, honestly. It does not look like a TG16 game. But yeah, this looks like by far an expansion on that. It definitely has that that kind of look, that vibe to it, you know? What was it? Temper said it looked like a PC Engine game. Makai is basically demon. Very different meaning in Hawaii. Makai in Hawaii, yeah, toward the sea, and then Mauka, its counterpart, toward the mountain. Makai is actually used as a first name in Hawaii. I knew a couple of Makais growing up, and I knew one Makai as an adult. Toward the sea. We sell a grab bag of cards here. Each one costs 20 gold, and you never know what you're going to end up with. Well, cool. Oh yeah. An A button on this one is confirmed. So let's get a little card here and see what happens. Yeah, I just talked to you, boy. Why are you re-explaining everything to me? Come on now. There we go. Let's see what you get. It makes a little gang sound. Transport card. Congratulations. You have a card. I think we're good with that one for now. You could potentially, I guess, like, keep resetting until you get, like, a card that you really want. Returns you to Professor Steam. Okay. And then we can switch like that. Perfect. Ghouls and Ghosts, Maika Mura, Demon Town. Spin-off Makai Jima, Demon Island. Yeah, which to no surprise they changed the name when it came overseas here. Okay, this one has a real long name in Japan too. I was just looking at it earlier. Let's see. Cho Makai Tyson Dorobachan. Super Demon World War Little Dorabo. I guess Dorabo would be this character's name in Japan. I don't speak Japanese, but that's the guess. Nonetheless, onions. You gotta watch out for onions. Or that's not onions. Garlic. Am I supposed to kill these? Oh, Killer Clove. I see his name now. That bit of the dizzying. That's so adorable. This is such a cute game. Mario Odyssey ripoff. We all know that came first. Ring. Oh, we got another level up.
Hello, Professor. What's going on?
You have achieved another level of experience. Be careful.
It doesn't really give us much information, and I guess that's going to be a little stock dialogue every single time he gets a level up. Yeah, get some of that money. Oh, and they're all gone. Oh, Red absolutely needed the cuteness after Wizardry. Wizardry was cute in its own way. Like it had some funny jokes in there. It had, you know, and some of the naming bits were really funny. Like what was the one that got Lord High and Mighty? I thought that was really funny. But yeah, obviously this is a whole different level of adorability. It has a little bit of a camera thing going on that I usually encountered in Genesis games that I really don't like, which is where the camera turns and pivot. It pans rather in the direction that the character is facing. That's an old pet peeve of mine. I do that on Vector Man, except the pace of the camera pan is enormous. So that's my first little negative statement about this game. So far, love it. But yeah, not a huge fan of the pivotings. Pick that up, boy. There we go. Who's gonna... And I just love, I mean, after smashing all kinds of horrible monsters in Wizardry, I really like the fact that we're just smashing cloves now. The hat is there so you know whose house it is. Oh, there we go. So then what? When you use it once, then it's gone. Okay, so you got to think of these as items, not abilities. Let's see. Garlic because he's a vampire, you know? Oh, yeah. How did that not make sense to me? Now it does. Good eye, Turbo. Yeah, we were talking about Red Company earlier, who you consider one of the best SNES RPG studios after Square. So what else have they done for the Super Nintendo, not Super Famicom? I know Red Company has come up before, and I know Bullet Proof came up before. I think I saw their name on Obitus, which is not a great game. And I think I saw their name on Eye of the Beholder. Is it warning you about enemy scaling? Rats on the level, be careful. Oh, yeah, hopefully not. If this game had enemy scaling, that would be amazing. Was that I assume there is no camera controls? No. That's just a stock. That's just a little stock feature. Uh-oh. Can we get a ban here? Let me see. Really didn't do much. Came out and was made a ton of stuff on it. Oh, okay, on Super Famicom. I wonder how the name looks familiar to me. I'm not recalling. Thanks for dropping the ban on that bot. By the way, Cinco, I appreciate you. What are some other names then that they've done? Phone's ringing 3 times. I thought it might be you. Are you at the entrance to the castle?
Yes, but the door's locked.
I gave a key to your pet, Sid. He's in the water to the left of the door.
Good thinking, Professor.
I was wondering, can we just jump in here? I guess not. Okay, he's in the water to the left of the door, so we're going to go this way. No, don't get dizzy. You got to pick that up. There we go. Here we are. Is it like a frog?
Hi, Sid. How are you doing, boy? What's that? One of the clothes stole a key? Where is it now?
To
To the right of the castle door. Thanks, pal.
You had one job, Sid. Guard the key. And you let a clove of garlic steal it. Not a great pet. Not a great pet, gotta say. Okay, since cards, at least the healing card was single use, I think what we'll do is save up for... I wonder which one has the key. I guess we'll save up for the hat upgrade. Oh yeah, here we go. Pronunciation. Oh, Kabuki Rocks, I know. And Elfaria. Elfaria? Elfaria I and Elfaria capital I, lowercase I. Oh, Japanese naming conventions can be wacky, you know. Tengai Makyu Zero, I've never heard of. Down the World Marvel's Ambition sounds familiar. Kabuki Rocks I have heard of, though. I think they might have done Aretha Rejoice. Not sure on that one, but it's incredible. There's so much on Super Famicom. You know, if you had a time machine, it'd be a good use to go back and help out with some of the localization issues. Yeah, I'm going to clear these again. Really could use one of those big drops. And as I was saying it, lo and behold. So if we're fighting things that that irritate vampires, what else am I going to be looking at here? Bit of sunlight. Maybe there's a crucifix enemy at some point in this game. We were saying earlier just how generous the hitbox is here, particularly after playing through Ys 3. Very, very generous hitboxes. More generous than Secret of Mana, I'd say. Nada. Now, does anybody know, was this ported to any other systems? Or is this just like a Super Nintendo exclusive? The camera pan works well there when you've got that dizzying effect going on. Oi! You got toasted. Aretha was Japan Art Media. Okay. Hard as it is for me to believe that you got something, a tidbit from Japan incorrect, you're forgiven. It's all good, single play. You are, in all seriousness, I would count you as the expert on the topic. I would have taken your word for it. You know, if you just been like, nah, that wasn't actually that studio. I won't tell Red. I'd have gone just repeating that information to other people. Excuse you. Yo, look at that sprite. He is just melting with speed. Oh, there we go. All right. A little save here. SNES exclusive. That's pretty cool. Oi. What am I looking at here? There's like French maids hopping around. Seem to be hitting us with like brooms or dusters or something. I had the chance to look at some of the art for this game earlier. Quite adorable. Oh, it took significant damage there, so I'll have to watch out. Be careful. Don't want to look like I'm bad at playing baby games here. Baby game time, y'all. That's right. You know what? I'm confident enough in my maturity to be able to play baby games now and then. No. Have a hat throw. All right, a little dangerous. James says, "Oh, Red, there was another worst RPG ever video on YouTube, and Brandish made it on there." No, Brandish is a great game. I would not say that Brandish is a bad game at all. The only thing you got to get used to on that is the perspective, but it's an excellent dungeon crawler on the Super Nintendo. Great game. I really do think that YouTube is like a real bad cesspool of terrible opinion generating, because the goal of YouTube videos are not to educate, they're to get clicks. So there's a benefit to clickbait and hyperbole and sensationalism. I don't watch a ton of that. I can't believe Brandish would be on the worst RPGs ever. Of all time, too. Like, not just for the system. What other games did they have on there? Been here 20 seconds is already better than Wizardry? Yeah, Slashy, it's quite a different vibe, isn't it? One nice thing about the combat that also makes the range feel better is the fact that most melee attacks bounce enemies back. Yeah, so it doesn't seem like you're sort of like whiffing through them. I could be dead here pretty soon, though, so I should probably be careful. It might do to go back and get some level ups. Not from these yokels, though, because they're a little on the tough side. The music is not bad, but it's very much a choice. This kind of feels like a Tiny Toons soundtrack. Oh, right here. Oh no, we died. I was one hit away. Not sure where. Oh, and he goes into his little coffin. So he's not dead. Beginning of the last save game. Yeah, sure. Hated Brandish back in the day. Have you ever played it again recently? Uh-oh. Why did it start me from here? That's not good, because this is the start of the game. Okay, hopefully it held that save. Oh, you did play it a few years ago. Sat down to learn to play and liked it a lot. Yeah, I think that one would be not fun for a casual play as a kid. Let's see here. No, why didn't it save? It did not save. So we got issues. The game did not save. Now, if that's the case, we're going to have a time. We're going to have a time. One nice thing. Oh, yeah. Read that. Find that so much list content are people who fired each game up for 5 minutes on an emulator. Yeah, you're exact. I mean, that's so spot on, Cinco Play. List content from people who fired up a game for 5 minutes on an emulator and reviewed it based solely on that. Exactly. I feel like retro content has really sunk into that, like, pick a random game off a ROM list, and it was terrible because I didn't understand it, so it's going to go on my worst, RPGs of all time type thing. I always say good criticism takes time. It's why when I write about something, I try to at least give myself a few days. But better yet, years. The Tiny Toons games are amazing. I do quite like Buster Busts Loose. The only comparison there was not in the negative, but just that it's an interesting, strong tone for this game. But this very much has that tone going on. Tecmo Secret of the Stars was on there. Aren't going to pick Secret of the Stars over Trigger. I've been hitting the wrong button? Oh, my mistake. I've not been hitting A, I've been hitting B. Okay. If you catch me doing that, let me know. I'm gonna chug right through it again. Do a saves test. That's what I was thinking. There's a save dude right here. So as soon as this conversation ends, we'll head over there. So those of you who came in a little later, this is the start of the game. We are basically the son of one of the vampire lords, one of 3, and our kingdom is being taken over by Von Hessler, one of the vampire lords. So now we're out to see if we can save the day, save dear old Dad and our home castle. Dad's name is Dracula. This is Professor Steam, and we're about to meet up with Camellia, who is the daughter of somebody else. I think of Vampira, one of the 3 vampire lords. So she wants us to help, but I was like, well, maybe I gotta do the thing. Yeah, we're gonna try and do that reset. Don't remember the message that pops up for save versus cancel. Okay, we'll try it here. We just gotta punch through this dialogue. Bwomp, bwomp, bwomp. What's the point in reviewing a game you know next to nothing about? The point for YouTube is clicks. I mean, it doesn't. If you think about it, it doesn't really matter if they know anything about it or not, which is how you get hardest games of all time, and they're just AVGN games. Like the way that information is disseminated on the modern internet, and specifically in the retro cultures of YouTube, is essentially a he said, she said type thing. These are not from folk who have beaten Silver Surfer or anything like that. It's not about forming our own opinions. It's just about getting clicks from hyperbolic statements. Yeah, the comments are engagement. Exactly. When I was doing our channel Gamelogica, there was a huge concern. I did a lot of research. There was a huge concern that I might get something wrong, but then you realize if somebody comments, "Hey, you're wrong," that's good. Okay, let's see. It is recorded. You must succeed in your mission. Okay, that's different here. So let me see. I mean, case in point for the way that information is passed along on the modern internet. How many times have you heard people, say the same thing over and over again, right? The little factoids. Did you know that Super Mario Bros. 2 is Doki Doki Panic? The ultimate, right? Did you know that Metroid is a woman? People were shocked and flabbergasted. A lot of it is revisionist, too, which I don't really care for. Revision beat most of stuff. Oh, yeah, and there's no shade on AVGN himself. He was popular enough to basically create, like, a horde of people indirectly who just took his word as gospel. Oh, there it is. So I was pushing the wrong button. Shame on me. Callus, how's it going? Did you know that Pac-Man was originally called Puck-Man, and they were afraid of vandalism? Yeah. That's one of the big. See what I mean? Like, this stuff is kind of like currency in retro circles. It's a who knows this or that type thing. It's really irritating, but it's most prevalent on YouTube, I think, when you've got really clickbait titles and stuff like that. Somebody just mentioned this morning actually that Spike McFang was on an obscure RPGs list. Now there are quite a few obscure RPGs. This is one of them, but I'm sure that gets passed along from other lists. They're kind of parasitic in that regard. I don't care for AVGN's content. I respect the word you're putting it. I'm going to try to meet him at 2. I hope he doesn't poop on me. AVGN, if you're watching, please don't poop on Cinco Play. No, yeah, I have the same sort of perspective on AVGN. I've never seen an AVGN episode. I don't really care to. It doesn't seem like my brand of humor. But I appreciate that he created more interest in retro, which I think is ultimately good. Callus, I'm doing okay today. How are you? Long time no see. I see the little the little Kokiri there. The little Koroks. Playing through Breath of the Wild right now again. Well, I'm sure I would hate it. I'm sure I would. Especially, too, with all of the baggage that I've experienced in talking with people for all these years who have formed a critical analysis on a game based entirely on an AVGN video. By admission, I've also been accused of disliking games because of AVGN, despite the fact that I've never seen an AVGN episode. So that's fun, obviously. I was accused of hating on E.T. the Extraterrestrial for Atari because of AVGN, when it's actually a great and misunderstood game, which is, of course, another bizarre way that people in the retro community will talk. They're, 40, 50 years of general critical consensus, and no, you're hating on it if you have an opinion that seems fairly standard. AVGM does silly angry rants, is actually pretty informative on obscure games. Yeah, again, no shade on AVGN. I don't think it's my style, and that's fine. That's on a personal preferential level. But I do appreciate that he's provided a lot more information on retro. This is not something that I would enjoy watching. It's more his hardcore fans that will take his word as gospel that I don't care for. Feel kind of bad for him. You get the idea that he doesn't really want to do the whole shtick anymore. Oh, yeah? Sarge, how's it going? Remember how much of this I'm going to remember. Hope you have fun. Oh, does it seem forgettable? Playing it has so far been really fun. I died and had not saved properly, so we're going to have to fix that, of course. We could grind here for a little bit, I guess. I'm confused as to where... Oh, there we go. Oh, no, that's it. Making videos about things you like doesn't get clicks. I think so, yeah. Negative emotion feels like it triggers more, like hate clicks. You might get love clicks, but I think hate click is a more common thing. Just look at Kotaku. Kotaku, if you're listening, go to your room. Let's see. The Earthbound video. I haven't seen that. Yo, Cap Supreme, how you doing? Oh, no, Fighter Island and its banger theme. Oh, so you're a fan. I think you sounds like you like this game. I do too, so far. I think he'd be better off if all his content was positive. No, now here's an interesting question, Cinco. Do you think that AVGN would be as popular if he had been positive instead of negative, if the angry shtick hadn't been there? There's details I don't really remember down the line, only being it once. Oh, okay. I see what you're saying. Oh, yeah, it's my stream. I'll tell you shade on Kotaku is okay. Blaku Kotaku. This always seemed like a fun game. Third strongest mole. So far, so good. Lots of Earthboundishness to me. Let me show you something here. This really reminded me of Earthbound. So after that dude disappears, we're going to go down here. Let me show you this van. It's a different art style, for sure. I mean, Earthbound doesn't really look like anything on Super Nintendo. But that said, this right here really reminds me of Earthbound. Just the look of it. T, how's it going? I don't know how to say that name, so I'm going to call you T. Thanks for being here. Rage bait gets clicks, for sure. Hate bait, rage bait, anger bait, ugly bait, all kinds of bait. Positive bait, I don't know. I used to enjoy it a while, don't watch it much anymore. I think AVGN was right place, right time. That's super accurate, yeah. Right place, right time. It was one of the first. It seems cliche, but he's the guy who invented it all. But it got old by now. Well, Derek. Yeah, when it got old to me was when I'd never heard of AVGN before starting my blog, thewellreadmage.com, back like 11 years ago or something. No, not that long ago. 9, maybe 10 years ago. And I started, getting reviewers from across the internet who were like, hey, I'd love to write a review for your site. And cool. Like at one point we had 75 reviewers on the website. And what I discovered is that a lot of them, like an alarming amount, like maybe 20%, thought that the proper way to review a video game was in the tone of AVGN. So I got a lot of review pitches that would be like, hey, let me review Doki Doki Panic, or let me review, you know, something that like is kind of infamous for different reasons. Let me review Bubsy 3D, and like they would write it up and it'd just be like, Bubsy 3D ran over my pets and, you know, stole my girlfriend and all that. And I was like, this is not a review. These are comedic statements that you're trying to write here, and you're just not as good at it as AVGN. So at that point, that was when the shtick got old for me. Speaking of hoping we're going to rib Earthbound, I'm surprised you liked it so much. The game is super charming. Yes, T is right. Is there a bigger jump visually from Wizardry 5 to Spike McFang? Completely different games. Jerry named himself a more positive content channel, barely lasted 2 years, so his channel, Pro Jared, if you're listening, how's it going? His channel, I didn't really engage with early YouTube since I didn't have my own computer. Yeah, I wasn't on early YouTube either. Bubsy 3D is A. Yeah. And it makes for poor review writing. Just don't see this kind of visual variety anymore. It's very cutesy. I love it. I really do. Bubsy 3D is Bubbly's best game. Would we be saying that, though, if it wasn't seemingly in direct reaction to how unprecedentedly hated Bubsy 3D is? Would we be calling it the best game if it wasn't really the worst game? That's a very real question in my head right now. I mean, no shade. Well, a little bit of shade. But, yeah, I don't know. Like, that's what makes it an unpopular opinion, right? Is we kind of know already. Again, from 30 years of critical consensus and all that jazz. Let's see. I think Indie Sphere does a good job with it. Yeah, what would you say is an indie game that looks like this? You were the guy? You were the guy who said it then? I'm sure you didn't say unpopular opinion, though. Because that's obviously what I mean is that's in reaction to the thing. You might have just been like, yeah, I liked it. But at this point, we have to label that a hot take, right? What was a terrible game? Cosplaying is a good game. He's weird because he's like a third generation Sonic. You know, like Sonic, they're already like, hey, he's going to have the shoes of Michael Jackson and the personality of Bill Clinton. And this is real, I kid you not. And and then you get to Bubsy and he's like, he's going to have Wile E. Coyote's ears and like the shirt design of those bombs in Smash Brothers. I don't know, it's weird. Nobody played it back then. I'm sure the critics played it back then, right? Like I'm sure they were like, we can't just not review this travesty. What, in your opinion, is the worst Bubsy game? You know, there's a Bubsy guy. There's a Bubsy guy who, if you mention Bubsy, he will show up to your house. And oh, there goes my doorbell. One of a million. What I can think of something like Sea of Stars. Oh yeah, I just played Sea of Stars. I think this looks pretty different from Sea of Stars, but I can see what you're saying. It has a kind of roundness and color to it that Sea of Stars also has. This reminds me of Pocky and Rocky, actually. So I'm not sure if any of you have played that. It's a really cool shmup. A walking shmup, which you don't see too often. Usually see the vertical scrolling shmups and stuff like that. Shmups. It's fun to say. I was saying shmup. Say it with me, class. Shmup. The Hawaiian word for shmup is, it's shmup, actually. He almost got me with that nonsense. Yeah, that little bounce back, you're right, Turbo. You're right, that little bounce back is good. Let me scroll up here. I think I'm missing a lot. I gave you a hard time single play. I know you can take it. That's why I give you a hard time. Arrow the Acrobat. Yeah. There were a lot of furry mascots back then. They do a good job of keeping stylistic integrity alive. Oh, indies for sure. AAA just kind of looks, blandly realistic a lot of the time to me. Can I talk question about other people's love for some platforms and a fan of Mystical Ninja, Gex, and Bomberman 64? Nothing wrong with Bomberman 64 and Mystical Ninja. I'll tell you that right now. Oh, I love talking trash, though. It's my hobby. But Arrow played decently well. Bubsy played horribly. Bubsy 2 is truly awful. I think I have the first Bubsy. What is that? Claws Encounters of the Furred Kind? What a stupid subtitle. They're like, hey, you know what won't age at all? Is what if we reference this one sci-fi movie? But with furry puns. Let's see. Bubsy 1 could have been a different game if it had an energy bar. Oh, it's been a long time since I played it. Remember renting the Bubsy games as a kid? We're all about Bubsy today. Pocket Rocky is great. Yes, that was the one that I played recently. It's also on Switch. Very short game, sadly. But it's great. Pocket Rocky is kind of in that going on unabashedly Japanese. Yeah, for sure. And the style of it looks a lot like this to me, too. Really wish we got another 3D Mystical Ninja. Want to love Pocket Rocky but losing power-ups after a single hit is something I really dislike. That's very shmuppy. Very shmuppy right there. Like Mystical Ninja on SNES. I don't think I've ever played the 64 one. We'll know that indie games are incredibly trend-driven too. Thank you, Mole. I was saying this earlier. That I feel like we need indies at this stage. How many Stardew Valley ripoffs have you seen? How many Undertale ripoffs have you seen? Undertale itself is a knockoff of clear inspirations. But yeah, you're absolutely right. I think that the indie scene is a very trendy scene now. And there are certainly big budget indies as well. Claire Obscure was a recent one where like people were like, it's indie. And we're like, but it also had, this or that going for it. So like they announced a movie like 2 days after Claire Obscure came out. Like that was a big budget hit for sure. Sci-fi movie that was already 10 years old. Yeah. They're like, this won't age a day. Let's see. Play the N64. There's a lot more Zelda-like. Claire Obscure isn't indie. It's AA. Some people don't believe in AA. I do. But yeah, some people do. Not another cozy roguelike deck builder. Yeah, exactly. I almost burned out on roguelites thanks to indies. Hades saved me. Paradoxically being an indie, but it saved me from hating roguelites. That's the plague of indies. There's always that huge group of trend chasers. For sure. I mean, if you want to make money selling a product, you have to pay attention to trends to some extent. But there are some where like you literally just copy and pasted. At the point where indie is too expensive for an actual independent developer to break into without going broke for a decade. So what are we thinking of? Like real indie is what? Like some guy's RPG Maker game? I do like roguelites. I don't necessarily like deck builders. I play them, but I do like roguelites still. I played Enter the Gungeon recently. Oh my goodness, it was so good. I really enjoyed that. Looking forward to Enter the Gungeon 2. But I found that if you play too many of kind of the same sort of trendy things, the stuff wears thin, which is understandable. You're gonna get bored of something. That's always been me. The Red Mage. I like some variety. I played Wizardry. I liked it. I playing Spike McFang. I liked it. We talked through this earlier if you're wondering why I'm skipping dialogue. Oh, you know what? For those of you who were here yesterday at the end of Wizardry, I raided into a guy named Spades who was also doing a CRT stream. I was blown away. Except his was smooth as heck. He had like a $700 camera pointed at his TV, and it was gorgeous. It was really, really beautiful. So we may keep an eye out for rating this individual again. I know I've interacted with him before because I was already following him. but I couldn't remember exactly how. But yeah, if you were around, that was a beautiful CRT display. Okay, that's right. We already talked about this, folks. Running on a computer monitor. Was it on a computer monitor or was it on a CRT? It was so clean at first. I thought it was like just like something that he just projected over, or like a window that was dragged over the top of something, but it was great. Oh, a CRT computer monitor. Got it. Yeah, it looked phenomenal. I mean, it really looked good. Like, to me, I think like this looks great, but like when I look at the screen and then I look at my computer, I can definitely see the differences. And then obviously there's all kind of artifacts going on. So now I have a goal, eventually get a camera like that, because that looks slick as heck. Blueprints is a roguelike, but it does something so new to the genre that it's notable. Yeah, and I'll play a basic roguelike too, but can't play them all back to back, especially if they're very, copy paste. Be like a PC monitor from the late 90s, early 2000s. Yeah, I didn't catch what it was. Seen videos of someone playing Space Marine 2 on a CRT. Oh, really? Hey, we could do that. I have the tech and the cords to hook that up at some point. I could connect the PS5 to this TV via composite, and we could make an attempt at that. I played through Cuphead on this TV. That was a lot of fun. Then those screens way higher than a consumer CRT. Oh, that explains, beg your pardon, why it looked so smooth as it did. DOS games look gorgeous. DOS. Okay, let's see. So I would like to save up for either of these two here. Star Hat and Feather Hat. Let me see. We've got the spinning hat on right now. So I'm not going to spend any money here. We'll do a bit of grinding for a little bit. The combat's so enjoyable too. Like, it just doesn't even really feel like grinding. Oh, I gotta watch out for that dizzying factor. Now, I didn't catch where we could heal up naturally. Maybe just from saving the game or talking to Professor Steam. I was heading back to town, but didn't quite manage it. Why tomatoes? Why are tomatoes our life? Maybe because they're blood red? Oh, that's a lot of money. We could also play DOS on this TV. I don't have a CRT monitor, but I've got a Raspberry Pi that'll play DOS. So we could do that. We can mess around with that at some point. That up. You would think that, oh, the tomatoes being blood red, is that why? Maybe they played Kirby and they're like, this is a good idea, and that's it. Whoa, was that a 50? Was like a 50 gold coin right there? Oh, all kinds of money. We're about to get that new hat pronto. Oh, we could fiddle. It seems like you could do just about anything with that thing. It's crazy. The stuff I've seen people do with a Pi is nuts. Obviously, then we'd have to run it through this camera and all that too. What I'm really trying to do is figure out how to get PS1 games to look real slick using the iPhone camera. With same technique and everything. Haven't quite figured it out. One of the big issues that I have is when there's more light coming into the camera, then we tend to get those bands, and that's a little ugly. So tomatoes became the thing for health. So nothing in particular then for a vampire. It's just the stock. Tomatoes are representative of life and vitality. How do they hold such a cute... I don't know. I don't know. This is something that we crossed earlier, so again, not reading this dialogue. But this is just the key is being guarded by our pet Sid. Oh, but numbers, they scare me like spiders. That's the hard thing for me is I'll just keep messing with it until it looks good enough. But I couldn't tell you what all the numbers do. Okay, here's our little pet Sid. So blood tomato juice. I like that. Wasn't there an idiom at some point where tomato juice was like a way to say blood? Maybe not an idiom, a euphemism. So instead of saying blood, you could say tomato juice. Wouldn't it have been great if it was blood? Spike McFang is all cute, and then he destroys a clove of garlic and just blood everywhere somehow. That's how they hold the coins, just on top of their heads. You just can't see them. I always thought it was something that related to the magician aspect. Tomatoes being thrown at bad ones. No relation to life, just a relevant noun. That could make sense too. Yeah, I'm sure that Cinco had it right, especially since tomatoes are used frequently in Japanese games for health recovery items and power-ups and stuff like that. I keep thinking of the Metamato from Kirby. Hey, that's my Metamato. Oh, no, he can't really stop once he gets going, too. Hey, time to buy... Okay, now hear me out. Should I buy the... Should I buy the $200 hat? Or should I save up for the $400 hat? A Bloody Mary is tomato juice and vodka. There it is. Shwetty, how you doing? We're going to go for the 200. I don't really feel like doing a whole 30 minutes of grinding here just for a hat. Shwetty, how you doing? We're buying a hat here, hat shopping. Right here, star hat. Thank you. Okay. Oh, and it auto equips. So now we've got star hat. I don't see any visible stats other than HP. I'm always curious by these games that are really hybrids. You know, when they hide stats, what those functions are. You know, like if we're gonna be doing. Is this going to be variable damage, or is this every hit? Every time you hit, it's going to be 2 of these. It looks like it is 2 of these. So there's no variable. There's no like dice roll in terms of his damage output or anything like that. It just reduces the number of hits, which is very Zelda-esque. Really, like this is pretty action adventure. Were it not for the intrinsic level up system, this one wouldn't be on my list. Okay, time to go in. grinding away at work. Well, I'm glad we can keep you company. Cheers for joining us. I've mentioned it before on stream, but currently, let me get that. No, darn it! I had a feeling it was gonna fall outside of the entrance. Yeah, I mentioned this before, but currently replaying Breath of the Wild, which that's a lot of money. Which I never thought I would do since I spent so much time in it previously. Playing the Nintendo Switch 2 version. So Nintendo made a phone app. Nintendo oft criticized for making weird phone apps instead of just, doing normal stuff. But this is the first time I've really made use of any of those types of things, and it's pretty useful. I'm surprised at how different it makes the game feel, because you could store weapons there in like a bank of weapons. This game, can't believe we've never seen it before. It's a nice game. I like it so far. So far, there's not been anything too offensive. It's got an easy menu system. That's something I like. There wasn't anything over here. Okay. Anyway, though, if you are planning to play the Nintendo Switch 2 version of Breath of the Wild, I would definitely suggest getting the app. What are some of the other features? Like, it's got a map on it that marks pretty much everything you can find. Even these new Zelda voice clips where she sort of explains some of the environs.
She's like, Link, they got the place over here with the tower you could jump off of, and after that you could go fight evil Calamity Ganon.
That's what Zelda sounds like. And it's got a daily bonus thing. It's got an amiibo registry. But I think the navigational map and the weapons bank are the two very useful things on that app. Oh no, the garlic's gonna get me. The garlic. So you definitely, whoa, big money, big money. Dang, I should have saved up. I should have just let myself wait for the other hat. That's crazy. Question, does the phone app justify its existence as an external app? It would have been better if it was just built into the game. So here's the thinking on that, right? Like, in the game, you have to pull up the map and you stop playing, right? You stop moving on the overworld because you're looking at the map. With the app map, you can move and navigate while the map is there. So it sort of makes it a little more seamless rather than having to stop and look at a map. There's also voice guidance. So if you don't want to look directly at the map, you can put that on and it'll be like, move to the northeast or whatever. Move to the northeast. It's not like a scary robot voice. It's not.
They move to the northeast, and after that, you must move to the northeast.
It's nothing like that. It's a sweet voice. It sounds like Siri a little bit. Does it mark shrine locations? Yes, it does. You can turn on unseen or undiscovered locations. You can turn off discovered locations. You can do pretty much anything with the categories. I'm playing on Master Mode. It's my first time trying the DLC. Really enjoying Master Mode. It is pretty brutal early on when you don't have anything. But it balances out, honestly, later on. Master Mode, it seems like enemies have better discovering senses. They have better senses, so they can hear you and see you more easily. Your weapons do break more easily, but thanks to the weapon bank system, you can stockpile them super easily. Spot on, Zelda. I was expecting you to say something like, Link,
time to go to the pub, innit?
I think something. I wish that she would say summink and fink. I think that would be hilarious. But Yeah, anyway. Now she's, great voice actress. It's fine. So it acts like the Wii U screen. Yeah, it sort of feels like that secondary DS screen or like the Wii U screen from the controller. It feels like a true secondary screen. And it's not so bad. I thought I was going to be irritated by it, honestly. Blow gold on your cards. Oh, yeah. Useful. May want to do that then. Yeah, so it's pretty good. If you do download it, let me know what you think. I found that myself using it a lot more frequently than I thought I would, honestly.
You must succeed in your mission.
Dang, and look at it. We could have done a no-save playthrough. I see what we got to do here. Oh, we got another level up. What else is there on there? I don't think I've made use of everything, but the navigational map and the weapon bank is super useful. I think you get, with the amiibo registry, you get like a bonus item or something if you use the same amiibo several different times. Yeah, these enemies. What else is kind of on there? I don't know. I mean, that's about it as far as what I'm using. Boop. Gotta love a good old hop noise. Oh, can we just run this? No. Whoa, that I call shenanigans on that hitbox there. You hate Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom, Zelda's voice? Accent has distracting notes from a very specific part of it, and it's so uncommon that it just feels off. Oh, I don't mind it at all. And it's probably helped that I had a little chat with the voice actress. So she seemed like a nice lady, but obviously that shouldn't influence performance. But yeah, I don't mind it, honestly. I think the character voice that I'm most irritated by in that game is Rivali. He sounds like every bully that I had when I was a kid. Okay, so maybe we need to stop and level up here for a minute. Now, how much experience do these drop? We're at 252. Oh, not that much. Like 3. So it's gonna be a lot more than that. We're a ways away still. But yeah, we do. In all seriousness, we do make fun of the Zelda voice, in Breath of the Wild quite often. I wish that her dad had the same exact accent though, because otherwise it seems a little silly. Okay, can we do anything with this? No. Let me see. Shade on her performance is very distracting. Yeah, I think that's pretty fair too. It is a very strong flavor, let's say. Imagine Zelda talking with a heavy southern drawl.
Link, open your eyes, your little old eyes there.
Yeah, that'd be weird. That'd be weird. Maybe she should sound like they put one right there. Maybe she should sound like, darn it. Like why am I drawing a blank? This is one of my favorite movies. Val Kilmer and Tombstone. Doc Holliday. Thank you. Oh, okay. Oh, my little bubby. Save me. Oh, there we go. Oh, that was not a frog. I thought it was a frog. Hey, thank you. I probably should have checked what was in that door first. All the characters from that region of Hyrule had the same accent. I think it would have. Now, what other Hylian characters are like fully voiced in that game though? Because you've got a lot of like Zelda voice acting is like, and you got and stuff like that, like people not actually saying any words, or the great fairies, that sort of thing. It's almost like, what are they doing with these characters? But I can't think of it other than the King and Zelda. I can't think of other Hylian characters that are fully voiced. I know there's the Deku tree, but he's a tree. And then there's like a couple Gerudo, a couple Gorons that talk, a couple Rito, a couple of the Zora that talk. I don't know. Might make her sound like Rogue from X-Men. Oh, that darling, like little Luciana kind of thing. Can't remember if Pura or Robbie talk. So I don't think they do in Breath of the Wild. I just spoke with both of them fairly recently. Robbie is a favorite character. I love his goggles. And yeah, Pura does all those type things. Oh, there was a guy there behind the wall. Diabolical. Oh, was that a one-hit kill? Oh, what the? Get off me. Throwing stuff. It was not a one-hit kill. It's hard to tell because sometimes the enemy is like much further into his cape. That looked like that bounced twice. Uh-oh. What are you doing? What the? Bro. Curiously, you can't hit him like when his oh, I'm about to die here. Can't hit him when his eyes are open, when his visor. Darn it. All right, die already. Yeah. Thanks for the pittance of items here. Did I play Echoes of Wisdom? So I did a little bit. I did not. I didn't finish Echoes of Wisdom. I really loved the Link's Awakening remake, so I was excited to play Echoes of Wisdom for the same visual style. Link's Awakening is my favorite Zelda, so that worked out nicely. Okay, may need to start heading back because yeah, I don't wanna bite it down here. Rocket Punch! Oh, not that Rocket Punch? What Rocket Punch are we talking about? A stupid adulting thing to do. Oh, hey, thanks for being here, Slashy. Best of luck with the adulting thing. Finish Echoes of using beds for every puzzle still. No, didn't they? I thought they did like a recent update where, or was this like a dream that I had? Did they put out a recent update where you can get, you can organize things differently? I remember before the game came out, people were talking about, you know, how ridiculous it is to navigate all this with the way that Nintendo had it set up. And I found that out to be true. It seemed a little silly. Jerk. What is it even spitting out? Okay, I am going to head back. We're going to not risk it too high here. This guy again? I don't know. I guess I could always leave if things get too iffy. Whoa. Oh my gosh. That was no telegraph warning at all. This is basically the Dark Souls of baby Dracula games. Basically. Which miss one of these. I'm gonna miss one. Garlic breath. Thank you. Thank you. I was like, I know this is supposed to represent something. Garlic breath. Makes sense. Let's see. I liked what I played of Echoes, but yeah, I didn't finish it. I think I had something else going on. Don't forget Hat Attack. Thank you. Oh, you can favorite stuff. Oh, that's good. Too caught up in live service games which are cutting ties. Thank God Fortnite's current season sucks. My heart goes out to you. Water Cube top tier Echo. It and Prince of Persia Lost Crown, my favorite game. And how that I bought. Okay, so let me run a question by y'all here in chat. Can I not go back? Oh no. Well, one must carry on. That's it, I guess. Maybe we'll try to play Avoidance until I can get to somewhere. Okay, anyway, question for you folks here in chat. What is the question? I drew a blank. Oh, he got me with his breath. His nasty garlic breath. Dang it, Wario.
I'm gonna win.
Yeah, sure, whatever. Okay, begin the last save. Kid Dracula was the Dark Souls of Baby Dracula games. Kid Dracula is the... Yeah, you're right, sure. What? Oh, yeah, okay. On Echoes of Wisdom, here's the question. So, I've met a lot of Zelda fans who expressed a lot of concern that they didn't want to see every Zelda game from now on be exactly like Breath of the Wild or Tears of the Kingdom, which I can understand and empathize with. I loved both of those games, but I wouldn't want every single Zelda game from now on to kind of be this big open world, crafting action adventure sim with like the Ubisoft towers. As much as I enjoyed those two games. That said, it seems like there's still people who are worried about that. Even though I believe the devs have said they don't plan to revisit, Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom exactly again. And then we've had Echoes of Wisdom. So here's the question, right? I was talking to somebody about that. I was like, well, they made Echoes of Wisdom. It looks completely different than Breath of the Wild, right? And they're like, Echoes of Wisdom does not count as a Zelda game. And I was like, what? Generally, I'm like, hey, you know what? The company that made it labeled it thus, and that's it. You don't have any way to argue with that as a fan. But they said it doesn't count as a Zelda game because it's not mainline. And honestly, this is where I think that canon and chronology is a negative. Like if you're so stuck on the notion of canon and chronology and timeline, if indeed that's what their issue was, that you're discounting entire games as real versions of or real entries in a series, then I don't know. I don't know what to say to that. So the question is, like, what does that even mean to you? Like it's not mainline, so it doesn't count. It's the most Zelda game since Wand of Gamelon. Nice. But yeah, to me it feels like a ridiculous thing to say. Am I enjoying this more than Wizardry? Absolutely. This is a super fun, casual, beautiful game to play. I don't feel like any minute I might have to, wipe my entire character and start all over from scratch. Or there's like a riddle where there's like no answer to it and I just have to look it up. So yeah, you could safely say I'm enjoying this more than Wizardry. This is a fun palate cleanser though. Like I wouldn't want to play only this. Like, thank God, like, this isn't all there is for RPGs. But this is pretty fun. This is pretty fun. Let's see. Answer your question.
When a man loves a woman.
Open world, yes. Crafting, weapon breaking, no. I mean, the first Zelda was open world, so like that's a part of the Zelda formula. I did feel like cooking smoothies was tacked on to Echoes of Wisdom just because it was in Breath of the Wild, for sure. And some of that does feel like that's in there. And I imagine we'll see some inspirations and DNA from Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom in future Zeldas. But I don't think that we're only going to see Breath of the Wild knockoffs from now on. And I think Echoes, hands that out. Hyrule Warriors is not a Zelda. Echoes is. Yeah, I guess like I would say Hyrule Warriors is in the Zelda franchise. But it's a spin-off game. Not big on the new trajectory of the Zelda series. Echoes the same freeform mindset of Breath of reimagined a different camera view. Wish it wasn't so open-ended. Yeah, see, that's interesting to me because I think Zelda 1, Zelda 2, Link to the Past somewhat. A lot of Zelda games seem like they're pretty open-ended until they really started funneling you along these lines of, okay, you have to beat these dungeons in a very, very specific order. I mean, it says what I mean, Shwetty. Like, I don't even know what mainline game means. But I don't get, like, why somebody could say, like, this is not... Like, I get a spin-off versus mainline. I think any game that says The Legend of Zelda is mainline. Minus some of the ones that Nintendo, farmed out to other folks, let's say. Not mainline stuff. Yeah, Link's Crossbow Training. Or Tingle's Rupee Garden. Like, that's a spin-off, clearly. Oh, yeah, no, we're not busting out Game Genie codes here. Sure, there are a bit Mario timeline arguments. Thank you. I mean, you just brought something up. I've seen people debating why Pauline is a child in Donkey Kong Bonanza, and the answer is there's no Mario timeline. There's no Donkey Kong timeline. Explain to me how Donkey Kong with a tie is the descendant of Cranky Kong, and yet Mario and Pauline seem to be the same age. There's no chronology. I think that the fandom tendency to try and force things into chronologies when they clearly do not belong to any can be a mistake. It could be fun to think about for sure, but I think when it leads to arguments and stuff like that, it's just like this is pointless, I say. Okay, we really I'm gonna go back and save down here and see what we can do. Okay. Echoes is legit, meaty, classically styled Zelda. Echoes Wisdom is a portable Zelda. They aren't the same as a proper Zelda. They're great, but a spin-off, not mainline. See, I don't know what that means, Baron. It's a portable Zelda? So does that mean that every Zelda that's appeared on a handheld, never mind a handheld console hybrid, has not been a mainline Zelda, in your opinion? That would mean my favorite Link's Awakening, my favorite Zelda, is not a, quote, proper Zelda. I don't know what that means. I would just count these all as Zeldas. Isn't a mainline Link game? Molly, what are you doing? Let's see. Especially since the difference between Link's Awakening and Zelda 1 or Link to the Past is not immense. Like, they're virtually the same thing. Mainline canon, I don't know what that means. I can't follow mainline canon. I know they've done the whole Hyrule Compendium thing. I'm going to talk and do this at the same time because I could talk about this forever and I don't want to pause the game. Money! It's a hit. They're going to milk that BOTW freedom style formula in every Zelda game until people get tired of it and they'll change the formula. Once again, it's Zelda 2. Well, I mean, if the first one, like I've been saying, if the first Zelda was open world and people didn't get tired of it all these years later, I don't know. I've never played Phantom Hourglass Spirit Tracks. I can't say. I think some of them are canonical. Is that what you meant by proper? I could see how proper, Baron, would be like a qualitative remark. I mean, that's how I took it when you first said it. But if you mean non-canon, I don't know if that's the case. But I really don't try and make a point about the Zelda canon, like, at all. That thing. What a mess. Let's see. Link's Awakening, definitely mainline. No idea why people think it's not mainline, but I'm not going to say. Oh, you have an idea why people think it's not mainline. When I say open-ended, I mean that puzzles and echoes are so open-ended that I don't feel like I solved anything most of the time. It was like I spawned enough beds to make it work. Oh, that's interesting. I thought you meant the game itself was open-ended. You meant the puzzles have multiple solutions? I found that definitely true in Breath of the Wild. I'm like, you know what? I'm going to skip your labyrinth and zoom down here on my paraglider. Boom. Canon is a shaky term when applied to Zelda. My brother here, Turbo, knows what's up. Canon, yeah. I guess because it's one of those things. Like, they didn't really have canon in mind for, like, the vast majority of the early years of Zelda. And I feel like later on, you know, fans were very noisy about it. And then they're like, let's make this Hyrule Compendium. And that won't at all be confusing or anything like that. And then they just keep making new games. You know, they make Breath of the Wild and they're like, hey, what if we reference every other Zelda before it in this game? And then people are like, well, you see, it all started with a parallel dimension. And then we've got a metaverse. We've got timelines, time travel. Busting out all the Doctor Who chops on this thing. it gets pretty messy. I think Zelda games are your best enjoyment team and all is one-offs, not a series of a timeline that flows through it. I mean, Zelda 2 is a direct sequel, right? And like Majora's Mask is a direct sequel. Tears of the Kingdom, direct sequel. So like there's some that are direct sequels, but trying to make them all fit into a timeline. The only thing is that's worse than that is when people try and tell me Final Fantasy is in a timeline. I was just like, forget it. Like, you can't even remotely reconcile that. There's no way. There's no way. That's how you get a headache right there. It's simple. DK is his own grandpa. I'm my own grandpa. I think one of the cool things about Zelda as a series is that it can rely on this kind of loose mythos for tropes. Whoa, huge coin. But it's not like there's a strict, you know, adherence to some kind of chronology. But I do like that the tropes are there. So, you know, characters will be like, oh, you know, thousands of years ago, another hero in green. Or, you know, a hero of time came and stuff like that. Like, that's neat. You can kind of picture, you know, this vast chronology, but it's loose. It's not like, it's not Tolkien-esque. There's our reference. Tolkien has a timeline. Legend of Zelda does not have no timeline. Not a thing. Or did I miss something? I thought I might have missed something. You know, it seems to attract the weirdest and most annoying fans. Yeah, there's quite a few. I mean, have you seen Uncharted Waters fans, though? Oof. Oh, we're really cooking with gas. Zelda Timeline was a hack. Nintendo never should have released it. I feel like it was a capitulation with fans. Mario is a Highlander. There can be only one. As far as the Zelda story, until AVGN nerd tried to piece it all together, I honestly thought each Zelda game was a retelling of Legend of Zelda, just same story told by someone each time. Oh, that's interesting. I like that perspective. Link to the Past and Link's Awakening supposed to be the same Link? It is, yeah. Yeah. The shipwreck happens on the way to the events of A Link to the Past, right? Like there are some that clearly directly like reference one before them. Like, yeah, Tears of the Kingdom is a direct sequel to Breath of the Wild. But if you want to say Wind Waker is a direct sequel to Link's Awakening, I don't know how that works. Ocarina of 3D. Did you know that Ocarina of 3D exists in a separate universe from Ocarina of Time? Okay, hey, let's solve this. Ocarina or Ocarina? I think it's Ocarina, but I like saying Ocarina. I feel like it's more elegant somehow. More gentlemanly. Oh no, pick that up. I don't want it to disappear. There we go. So this is gonna be my goal. I'm gonna do this until I get 400. It's so easy to take damage here. 400 coins, and I'm gonna buy the new hat. It's enjoyable gameplay anyway. Did I just quote Pink Floyd? What did I say? I feel like I'm further back in the thing. I love Pink Floyd, so huge fan of Pink Floyd. One of my favorite bands. Top 3, easy. So I quote Pink Floyd all the time, yeah. I don't know what I said, though. Something, see you on the dark side of the moon. I don't know. Yeah, Ocarina and Majora's are the same. Majora is like a direct sequel to Ocarina, right? Ro is saying, Red, take a look at Link's Awakening, Oracle games versus the original Link to the Past, Ocarina. There's a distinct change in the styles and way that they play. I guess. I mean, to my mind, Link's Awakening and Zelda 1 are virtually identical. The Oracle games are super similar, to my mind, to Link to the Past. Obviously, the form describes some of the functions, so them being on handheld, creates new circumstances. Like, I'm sure you wouldn't say that the fact that Link's Awakening is monochrome means that it's not mainline, right? Like, that wouldn't make sense to me. So I get that this, like, the style can change, but I don't know that that makes them non-mainline. It just means that it's a series with variable styles. Because even console Zeldas have variable styles. You've got 2D and 3D Zeldas on consoles throughout history. All puzzles have only one solution. Oh, some of them have more. Cartoon Link is like is the same Link. I'll take your word for it. So about Lord of the Rings. So anyway, yeah, no, that's my segue. That's my unspoken challenge to try to mention the Lord of the Rings or Tolkien or Middle Earth in every single stream. And so far, I'm on a streak. I've done it every single time. And nobody appreciates it except for me. And I'm super happy about that. I'm super fine with that fact. It's been fun. Wibbly wobbly tamly wamly. Exactly. Cheating through time. Did you play SNES Lord of the Rings? I did, yeah. Played it on stream. Horrible game. Very interesting that it's the only RPG on the system where you can play 5-player co-op. I don't know how you would find enough people to play that rubbish game with you, but it's a shame because I love that universe, but wow, is that game trash. I mean, like, they even broke some lore stuff. Like, you meet Boromir in that game, and he's just like, I'm not coming with you. And it's like, what? Well, smart dude, because, spoilers. Have you heard the theory that Link's Awakening takes place on one of the boat rides between either Zelda 1 or 2? I thought that was canon. I didn't realize that that was considered a theory. Games are definition interactive, so strictly consistent chronology doesn't make sense. I would love to hear a larger exposition on that. Wouldn't that mean that there are no consistent chronologies in any video games? I mean, surely there are some. Like I want to say, like, doesn't Metal Gear Solid have a consistent chronology? I am mean. Thanks for observing. You say Ocarina, now you say Ocarina. Doc Ocarina. Oh, money, it's a hit. Yeah, there it is. I'm really far back here in chat. I got a hoolie on here. Twilight Prince is one of the worst solo games. Open the Zelda fan base to be taken over by insufferable Tumblr kiddies. Wow. First of all, I'd love to see the stats on that single player. That is quite a statement. I don't know about any Tumblr kiddies, but this 30-something enjoyed Twilight Princess when he first played it. Here's the thing with Zelda is, like, if you don't like one Zelda, there's going to be a change. It's a series that's always in flux, like Final Fantasy, right? So if you didn't enjoy one, they'll throw baloney on the wall the next time and see what sticks. So I would say that I I did like Twilight Princess, but I don't want every Zelda to look or play like Twilight Princess. Top 3 bands: Pink Floyd. Why am I drawing a blank on my own favorite bands? I don't know. Yeah, I got to get back to you on that one. Hey, my dude Cap, thanks for being here. Top 2, Pink Floyd and Muse, maybe? I don't know. No, not Muse. 16 Horsepower. They're like a dark bluegrass. Finally, we agree on something, Red. What did we agree on? I think Link's Awakening is a good middle point. Favorite PF albums. Yeah, I don't really care for too much after Division Bell, to be honest. My favorite Pink Floyd album is Wish You Were Here. Dark Side of the Moon is the one that I would consider their best album. Let's see. I like when there's like, this is the best, but this is my favorite. That's what I like. Let's see. Twilight Princess was a step in the wrong direction. That's interesting. What did they follow up Twilight Princess with? Let me see. Now I swear we're gonna play more of this at some point. Yeah. So when you look at the timeline of Zelda, this is what I like about Zelda. Like, you had Wind Waker, Minish Cap, Twilight Princess. Completely different look, tone, all that. And then the next two, they made Phantom Hourglass, Spirit Tracks. Then you got Skyward Sword. You got Link Between Worlds. They like flip-flop between these two different styles. So if you didn't like one, they'll try the other one the next time. Lord of the Links. For another Link was made. In the land of Hyrule, in the fires of Mount Eldin, the Dark Lord Ganon forged... Okay, now I want a Lord of the Rings Legend of Zelda.
I did not care for the Twilight Princess.
There it is. Codified a lot of tropes that Zelda uses for sure. Yeah, I always think of the standard Zelda is A Link to the Past. I really think that's the best one too. Not sure I'm supposed to admit Twilight Princess is your favorite Zelda. I like Twilight Princess, I do. I don't know if there's a Zelda that I hate. Let's see. Can't describe my opinion over text for what I mean with the portable. I'm sorry. But, I mean, you gave it a shot, though. You gave it a shot. It sounds like, Baron, it sounds like it's a very nuanced opinion, which I respect. I cannot see, I guess, to tie a bow on that, I cannot see a significant difference between like Links to the Past and Link's Awakening that isn't merely described by the nature of the two different systems to make one mainline and the other not. Because I guess if we're saying mainline, then it's like, what is Zelda? Is Zelda only Zelda when it's on consoles? I want to say that there are more handheld Zeldas than console Zeldas, but I would have to fact check that, obviously. Nearly as many may be a safer answer. Unless you're an insufferable Tumblr kitty. I don't think he is. Thankfully not. Are we hot-taking Zeldas here? Ocarina of Time set a bad precedent for future Zeldas and that encouraged too linear game design. That's interesting. Yeah, that's interesting. I'm not a huge Ocarina of Time fan, actually, like in general. It's not a game that I hate, but I think the N64 controller is rubbish. Pink Floyd is definitely your number one. I discovered it in the 90s thanks to an older friend of mine. Forced you to watch The Wall. Difficult watch, The Wall. The Wall is a masterpiece. I actually cannot listen to The Wall. I find it far too depressing, and it reminds me of memories that I would rather not remember. So the last time I listened to it, I was like, you know what? I think I won't listen to this album ever again. But I sort of respect The Wall from a distance. Very intense album. Definitely. We agreed on Pink Floyd being excellent music. Yeah. I mean, if you were going to contrarian Pink Floyd, it just would have been another notch in your belt right there. Is OOT any more linear than A Link to the Past? There's an interesting follow-up question. Animal's favorite, I agree that Darkside is the best. Yeah, Darkside feels like it's just technically their best. Lesser, certainly, and some of like DS entries being lesser in scope and scale. Again, that's described by the system that it's on, prescribed rather by the system that it's on. Like, it makes sense, for example, that a handheld Zelda is not as big as a console Zelda because of the form. But of course, now we've got a hybrid console with the two largest Zeldas ever made, so that kind of mucks that up. But I've never heard anybody say that Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom are not mainline. I've never heard anybody say that. Only hated Phantom Hourglass, so I haven't played that one. Ocarina of Time did not age well. Yeah, and I think that's largely the N64. The controller and a lot of the visuals, the way that it plays for me. I do like a lot of the content in Ocarina of Time, though. You have to repeat each floor time limit. Oof. And more or less linear than both the beat first 3 dungeon thing happens. About less platform, more about quality. Yeah, I don't know. Again, that's hard for me to stomach as somebody whose favorite Zelda is on Game Boy. I think the best Zeldas happen to be on console. But I don't know if being smaller would necessitate them being less quality. It might be just on an individual case-by-case basis. And certainly some of them get better over time, right? Like Zelda 1 is probably worse than Link's Awakening, but there's a time difference there. But I've never played Spirit Tracks or Phantom Menace or whatever it is. I don't feel that with... Yeah, Minish Cap I think is excellent. I really think Minish Cap is a great game. And isn't Link Between Worlds like lauded? Oh, surprisingly good, yeah. I don't know. So maybe it's like just this subconscious thing that like think it's lesser because it's smaller because of the form. I don't know. Because it seems like there are a lot of great handheld Zeldas. A lot about the Zelda series as a whole that a group of gamers with similar tastes can have such wildly different tastes and taste likes. Yeah, because it's a variable series. It's not like it's nowhere near as formulaic as say like Pokemon or something like that. Red's favorite Zelda is in Nindo. I take a bit of umbrage with that. What am I doing running around in circles? So following up on chat, one, but also getting experience and trying to get enough coins here. Enjoying the grind, my friend. I would love to play Link Between Worlds at some point. They need to port that thing. Have they ported it yet? Why is that not on Switch? It should be, if it's not. Crusader of Senti? Oh man, the Genesis sound chip. You found my one weakness. My big glowing red spot is the gems. It's the gems sound chip. I remember one time somebody showed me, they're like, listen to this, it sounds amazing, and it was the Mega Man X soundtrack on the Sega Genesis, and I was like, this sounds like crap to me. Like instead of it was just like this is part of my my Donald Duck acapella cover album coming out this fall. Look out for it. It's gonna be great. We're gonna go platinum. All right, let me see a follow-up here. Top 3 for me is Link to the Past, Link Between Worlds, Link's Awakening. Yeah, I would put Link to the Past. If we're going favorites, I would put Link to the Past below Link's Awakening. The Legend of Zeldino. Zeldino. It sounds vaguely racial. I don't know about that one. I'm not gonna say it again. Saying it once felt weird. Donald Duck powered up by a YM2610. Exactly. That's the best impression of the Genesis soundtrack. I'm telling you. Like, the only time, to me, the Genesis has sounded good is when it's Sonic, Streets, or Shmups. And Shmups could be debatable, because sometimes it's like... And like, this is not music. This is just a high-pitched shriek. Okay, now we're not getting a whole lot of drops or anything like that. I think what I'll do is I'll go to town, and but we're so close to getting the next hat, though. That's the problem, is that I'm enjoying the grind, and I want that hat. The music on the sound even better on the SNES. There you go. Here's what a friend of mine said this. They were like, the SNES could sound like the Genesis. The Genesis could not sound like the SNES. Know what I hope hits the GameCube Virtual Console Lost Kingdoms? Oh, I don't know about that one. I've never heard of it before. Adulting done. Welcome back, Slashy. We're still talking about stuff and grinding. Let me get that. MMX reviews are fire. Don't know what to say. Don't let Red slander convince you not to listen. If you like the way it sounds, like, more power to you. But a lot of the times it sounds like it was played by it sounds like it was played by silverware dropping down stone steps. Let's put it that way. But also, to play a little devil's advocate, there are multiple Mega Man X Sega Genesis remixes, and some are better than others. So the one that I was doing an impression of sounded like grunge noise. It just didn't sound like music to me. Problem with the Genesis sound is not really music, it's sound effects. Ear scratching, like, yeah. Not really just designed to do unbelievable stuff too. Oh, like somebody showed me, they're like, oh look, but the Genesis sound chip can play a symphony, and it's like something that they clearly did not make in the 90s. Okay, sure, like if you're gonna use modern, stuff on all this, okay. We're not there yet. We're almost there. I've never played Lost Kingdoms. Card-based RPG, the card monsters, you get monsters throwing cards at monsters. Sounds like a lot of monsters and a lot of cards. I could go for that. I could. There is a little heal up. And let's save. So close to getting the 400 for the new hat. I think that's what we will do. Let's see here. What else am I missing? It's also the difference between what the SNES does and what the Genesis does. SNES is pretty much all PCM samples, while Genesis FM synthesis using a Yamaha sound chip. Yeah. Here. Let me see if I missed anything else. Okay. Well, I have to keep an eye out for that Lost Kingdoms. Some kids were kicking cans the other day. I thought it was cheering Genesis music. Ray! See, I knew I liked you. Let's be friends. I'm all for teasing the Genesis sound chip. Which again, it sounds amazing. There are some great tunes like from Sonic. Like that I think it's Sonic 2 that sounds so good. It's clean, it's wonderful. But then, oh man, there was one, I think it's Adventures of Batman and Robin. On the title screen, like there's like a boom. And in the background, I swear, you can hear like a... And every time I hear it, it's ear-splitting. I love Batman. I love the Batman animated series, but I could not play that game. There's a 400, yeah. Yeah, Sonic music is good. Like, generally pretty good. Oh, and almost. I should buy a healing item, and there it is. That's what we're gonna do. Okay. Yeah, I think it was Cinco Play, wise old Cinco Play, who mentioned too when we were talking about the sound chip last time, that it's one thing to point out what the chips and technology was capable of, and then another thing to point out what they, what they had the skills to accomplish back then as well. Okay, we got the feathered hat now, and we're gonna buy one thing of tomatoes. Big tomato card. There we go. Yeah, there it is. He said it right there. That's the guy. Right. And I'll get into this on socials every once in a while too. People will be like, "You don't like Sega Genesis music? Oh, check this out!" And it'll be like Streets of Rage 2. Like, obviously, I've heard Streets of Rage 2. Okay, if you're gonna pretend like, oh, what? The hats do different. Okay. All right. That's pretty cool. The hats do different styles of attacks. That's a lot better. That's great. But yeah, in the hands of a capable magician of sound, it could sound pretty good. But in the hands of somebody bad, it sounded real bad. I don't know. Hopefully he's dead. Okay, now it is time to head on down. Oh, I'm sure, and that's always how it is, right? Like even with RPGs, like I'm very much aware that there's the best of the best that people will mention on the Super Nintendo, but there is also quite a bit of best that people just never mention. Games that were not made by Square. A lot of them could be pretty good on this system. But yeah, looking beyond the obvious examples is a good idea. Whoop. Think of Mystic Quest's Crunchy Rock track while you're talking about game music direction. Mystic Quest has a good soundtrack. It really does. You just haven't heard the good stuff on Genesis's Chemical Plant Zone. Yeah. I can't believe you've never heard Green Hill Zone. Like, everybody's heard Green Hill Zone. A lot of folks relate the music gems soundtrack. Could sound good. Yeah, it's not great. It's not. The one thing this entire chat can agree upon, it sounds like. I wonder what it would sound like on Genesis. Somebody's probably done that already. Okay, we got ourselves saved. Comics Zone, I remember that. I wish they'd done more with that concept. Oh, yeah. That is great. That is so great. I'm so glad we bought this hat. That took a lot to save up, but you know what? It was totally worth it. Okay, alright, you got me. It throws you backwards, which is a little strange. What? Got it. Gems wasn't the reason the music was bad, but allowed bad musicians to make music on Genesis. Sonic sucks? Oh, man. You know, I'm mostly inclined to agree. Sonic 1 always struck me as weird in that it's like, hey, I'm a precision platformer, but also gotta go fast. Like, is this character about going fast, or is he about jumping onto moving platforms that are only yay big? That seems like a dumb idea for Sonic 1 at least. I think there's less of that in the other ones that I've played. I haven't played every Sonic game by a long stretch. But what's in here? Nothing. So can I throw this through that wall? Oh, I can. Why would I want to though? Because he's got stuff on him. I mean, now that we've started, I can't unstop. Oh, that was cake. 3 hits with that, and we're toasties. Okay, now we got to do this again here. actually think the original is your favorite. I mean, like I like the first and last set of stages on the original. And then I get to Marble Zone, I'm like, why is like the goal of the design of these levels to get me to not run? Isn't that like this character's one thing? You know? Like there's nothing as spectacular as the loop-de-loops, you know? Like I want to do more loop-de-loops. I don't want to jump on slow-moving hover platforms. That would be more attuned to like a Mario or something like that, precision platforming. General thoughts. Let's see. Oh, I thought there was an exit there, but I guess not. Oh no, he got me. Yeah, buddy. Oh, big money. Dang. Okay. Let's see. Oh, you like Marble Zone? Yeah, I mean, maybe I was just operating under the assumption that the game was about going fast, so I felt like it was counterproductive. Stupid garlic breath, nasty. Keep Wario out of my Spike McFang. I want that to have a little more range. Oh yeah, I definitely prefer Mario games. The 3D ones, yeah, I've tried playing several 3D Sonics, and I'm like, I can't even see where I'm going. But it seems like it's like a hyper fast rail jumping, like rail platformer. I don't know. I think there's a lot that you could do with like a high speed platformer, but I feel like the concept hasn't really been tapped to its fullest potential, whereas it's just kind of been bogged down by Sonic's traditions that have built up over time. Sonic as a series tops out at 8. What would you give an 8? Would it be Sonic 1? Let's see. Are these exits? No. I would say 10 out of 10 for Super Mario Brothers 3. I would say Mario 3, Mario World. Probably Mario Galaxy. I would probably give those 10s. I feel like there's... Oh, Odyssey. I gave a 10. I thought Odyssey was spectacular. It is 99.9. I like your scale. That's great. What's the 0.0% for you? I'm curious. Will they give the whole Genesis set 8 out of 10 just for different reasons on each game? Like, what was that Sonic Frontiers came out recently? What did you think of that one? My kids played it. They seemed to like it. They didn't finish it. 3 or World? Which one's better? So here's my line of thinking, because they're so similar, right? Like, obviously, the big difference is Yoshi. But I don't think that you can have World in a vacuum. I think that World depends entirely on 3, and it's highly derivative of 3. So if I'm thinking best, I'm going to think of the one that did the thing first, and give extra points for influence and foundation. That's not going to be an argument that appeals to everyone, of course, and that's fine. Hey, drop something. Spiders don't drop gold? Come on. Vampire. I need my gold. My cursed gold. Oh, big vampire. I mean, big vampire. Big spider. We don't like big spiders. Ah. Okay, we got to get over here on the side. Hey. I'm glad that they let you, whoa. I'm glad that they let you spin your cape, while your hat is out, because could have been bad. Whoops, there goes the key. Oh, okay, so we got to drop down there. Okay, let me see here. Chat is lively today. Y'all are super chatty. Let me see. I think SMB3 because I think it's more varied. I wonder if you could like quantify that with the two. You probably could, and that would be interesting to see. It's not the kind of game that once you learn the level layout, you will go fast most of the time. Mario's always been superior. Yeah, it feels like it relies heavily on like memorization. It's like a speedrunner's platformer. It makes sense. Odyssey wins because the movement is just so smooth. Yeah, Odyssey is fantastic. Oh, I also thought that Mario 3D World was really good. I'm not a huge fan of the new Super Mario Bros. Series. I think those are kind of rubbish. But I do really enjoy the Mario 3D World. Thought that those turned out pretty good. Culmination of many years of Famicom development, whereas Mario World was a launch game. Yeah, and Mario World is like, it feels like Super Mario Brothers 3 2. That's how it's always felt like to me. I love Yoshi's Island. Probably my favorite Mario game. The map is fantastic in World. One thing I think World does real well is the secret routes and secret levels. Secrets in general in World are fantastic. I think eventually they're going to run out of space-related, size-related, geographical descriptors. Like, we've yet to get Mario Universe, and when I was a kid, we used to make maps for a fictional fan-made Mario Universe. That could have been really fun. This guy, get out of my sight. We don't have Mario Metaverse. That could be great at some point. Mario Multiverse. They all kind of feel like Mario Multiverses with the... Oh, just die already. There we go. Okay, we got the key. I gotta get out of this castle. We did a lot of grinding today. Oh, man. Okay, let me see here. It's amazing that Mario 3 came out in 1988 for sure. Too, I remember seeing a documentary where Miyamoto had like a picture of Yoshi next to his monitor when they were designing Mario 3 because he wanted Yoshi to be in that. I'm like, that's pretty ambitious. They just couldn't get it to work. So you're chatting while trying to grind out Rydia's Imp Summon. Well, thanks for chatting. I appreciate them. Oh, you liked New Super Mario Brothers. Yeah, the bump mechanics to me are real weird. And the wahs, the yeah, they felt like kind of bland to me, New Super Mario Brothers. And I remember playing the first one, we beat it, and I thought it was all right. But the bump mechanics, I couldn't do it. With Mario Wonder, how do we feel about Mario Wonder? They took out the mechanics, but it feels like an evolution of the new Super Mario Brothers series. I did like Wonder. I haven't been in that one yet. I'm telling you, Super Mario Brothers 3 2, it's right there. Let's see. Occupy same space for you. Better than not quite reaching. Yeah, they're very different too. I mean, like controlling Yoshi, throwing eggs really influences real different level design, enemy design, all that. Like there are bosses in Yoshi's Island that you just could not defeat in like Mario World, for instance. Biggest problem with New Super is too heavy. Interesting. Bowser's Castle music from New Super Mario Brothers is awesome. I think you're right. I can't recall it to mind just a second. Very expressive. Animations. Animation in Wonder is fantastic. You're right. Always, this is kind of my barometer too for like how much am I going to agree with this person. If they don't like Mario games, I find that like I generally don't agree with them on not just games but like almost everything. Like, how can you not like Mario games? They're pure joy. I get it. Like if you know if you want a story or something like that, you're not gonna find that. But it's not like Mario RPG is Shakespeare or anything like that. But man, are they fun to play. Whether you want, you know, an easy or a difficult platformer, I think you can find something that would appeal on either end in that series. What's the worst Mario platformer? Not even gonna throw mainline in there. What's the worst Mario platformer? It's gotta be Super Mario Bros. 2. Not North American Super Mario Bros. 2. Lost Levels. The only Mario game you like is Hotel Mario? You forgot to put Hot Take in front of that. Or is it Grim Dark Mario? Oh yeah, those people. Make Luigi say the F word. And it's like, how about you just go back to playing Last of Us and let us who want, you know, a little joy in the world hang on to it. No, Hotel Mario is not a platformer. Super Mario Land is the worst one. I do like moderately enjoy Mario Land. Oh, look at these two here. But it's not a great game. I would say that it's better than Lost Worlds Japan though. At least it doesn't have like invisible blocks over a pit. That's just mean. Yeah, SMB 2 USA is amazing. It's a great game. Lost Worlds, no. Specifically the SNES port, now that I've spoken with my expert on that. I missed something. There'll be something around here somewheres that did something. Let's see. Yeah, Super Mario Land 2. Holy smokes, is that a good game. You're about to be very angry? No, there's no way I would say Mario 2 USA is a bad game. No way. Like, that thing's fantastic. Okay, what did I miss? Oh, we can go this way. Why are they a different color here? Don't know. But yeah, nobody's gonna back me up on Lost Levels being the worst one. I mean, like we were talking about hateful and cruel design when we were playing Wizardry. I think Lost Levels is even more mean-spirited. What was that single play you sent me recently? Is that Howard Lincoln? I might Mandela effect. No, I'm missing something. Okay, and no. Oh, no. This is it. Going the right way. Oh. Yeah, this is a big castle, y'all. It's still going. Oh. Nice try, Traps. Nice try. Okay, I am curious what's on the other side, but I guess we could check out this room first. Which that feels very RPG-ish. You've got a variable kind of dungeon zone. Whoa. Don't know which way to go. Oh, those. Gotta watch out for these complex enemy mechanics. Finish him off. Okay, Howard Phillips. Howard Lincoln. Is that? I can't remember which way we had it swing. Or not necessarily bad games. I would say Lost Levels is great at being a cruel game. Very mean-spirited. Mario Land 1, you kind of just get the point that, like, you know, this is the first handheld Mario and they're stretching their legs, a different team and all that stuff. Doki Doki Marioki? No. I mean, if you're talking about USA, yeah. The USA one's great. Lost Levels is not a good game. It's great at being bad. Still based off the engine of a good game. Yeah, the first game. Level design is atrocious. It's not fun. I mean, unless you endear yourself to it for 1 being a Japanese exclusive, 2 being ultra hard, all that stuff. If you endear yourself to that, there's a lot to love there because that's all it is just a really mean game. But wow, it's atrociously designed. Let's see. Now here's an argument though to play devil's advocate again. Lost Levels seems like it's more competent at being mean than Mario Land is at being a Mario game. So maybe I would give Lost Levels props over Mario Land, but I don't know. I like Mario Land too much. Oh, versus Super Mario Brothers? I got to play that recently at an arcade. Mappy Man, how's it going? Way more beatable than Wizardry. You're absolutely right. The interesting thing about Mario Bros. Special is it didn't have smooth scrolling, or it has a reason to exist. I guess. I don't know. It's only memorable because it's infamous. It's literally the same skin as the first Mario game. Like, you pop that in, you're like, wait, did I put the wrong game on? It's only memorable because it's infamous. It's only infamous because it's evil. There's a chain of non-things. Like, I can't think of a single section in that game that's memorable. Other than, like, oh, yeah, you hit an invisible block and fell into a pit. But the level design is super uninspired. Unless you just want to be inspired. Unless you want to be inspired, by the very devil. Mario Land fits exactly. Fill a hole in the GBA lineup? No. Super Mario Land was on Game Boy, not GBA. I'm going to say that's a typo because I know you know your stuff. Mario Land is ambitious in that it's attempting to bring Mario to handhelds, which needed to happen eventually. Mario 2 Japan, though, doesn't even have any ambition other than to frustrate you. It's like they took Wizardry's philosophy and put it in Mario, which, like, I think Mario is a really fun, accessible series until you play Lost Levels. It's so antithetically Mario. It's not welcoming. It's not cheerful. It's not waha. It's mamma mia. It's not. It doesn't have any of that joy. Like, there's no joy in Mario 2. The mean nature endears. No, Mario Land has, like, shmup stages, dude. That alone is, like, 1,000 times more memorable than any. Like, I can't name a single stage in Mario 2 Japan. I can't. I can tell you it has poison mushrooms. That's about it. Does it even have Moai? No, because it's the same. It's just like they borrowed the exact same skin from the first game. It's like a lazy port of, like, a hardcore fan-made version. Like, it's invented Kaizo. Let's see. Versus SMB came before Lost Levels. Lost actually took levels from Versus SMB. So even worse. There's bad and even worse. Let's see. I think Mario Land is very fun. I have fun with it. It's short. It fits the Game Boy. That's the thing. It fits the Game Boy. Lost Levels only fits, like, a specific person. It was a typo. I see. And I give you the benefit of the doubt because I know you know your stuff. I know you weren't saying that Mario Land was on Game Boy Advance. Like when the game gets paused and the chat gets going. Oh, do you? It's going today. People are chatty. On Switch if you want to play it. I played it at an arcade recently. They have the cabinet for it. I played it for like a little while and I was like, I'd rather just play Mario 1. But for the wrong reasons. The infamy, that's what I'm saying. Mario 2 Japan is infamous because it's evil. That's it. Like there's no fun factor. The wizardry philosophy, yeah. No, it's hey, what if we made a game as frustrating as possible? And eventually people will love it 30 years down the road. We're trying to fail to beat lost levels and confirm the pain and misery. Yeah, it's not, especially again for a character in a series that is so much about accessibility and fun. Like there are hard sections in Mario games, but an entire Mario game that is just exactly the same thing as Mario 1 except unfun and with bad level design. It's crazy. It's 20 minutes long because it was a launched Game Boy game. It totally fits its era. Yeah, great for a battery powered system. Gotta go to the grocery store, pump in Mario Land. Let's see. Someone has been at 13 times and found the fun. If it took you 13 times to find the fun, Cinco Play, you can understand our perspective as to why it's not fun. If you have to play it that many times in order to endear yourself to it, a lot of people are not gonna find. Like I find Dark Souls fun. I think Dark Souls is fun. I played Demon's Souls. I played Elden Ring. I think those games are fun, but they're not designed to be mean. They're designed to be challenging, and those are two very different things. Like there's nothing in Elden Ring that feels like you hit something invisible and then fall to your death and you have to start over, and the game's like ha ha. That's lost levels, but there's nothing like that I found in any of the Souls games that I played. Land is interesting since it wasn't developed by a different team and all that. I like the music too. It didn't take 13 times how many stars you have on the title screen from all the times you beat it. Well, why do you freak? No, just kidding. I mean, if you loved it from the very first time you played it, you know, that's great. That's a preferential prerogative. It's your right, and I shan't take it away from you. But if you have to suggest to me that it really is a fun and misunderstood game, I won't stand for it. I can't. I can happily allow you your preference, but oh my gosh, is it a mean game? And I thought like Wizardry 5 was mean spirited. I would say that Lost Levels is even more mean spirited than Wizardry. Or at least I could find fun in Wizardry. I could not find much fun in Lost Levels, cause it's not fun to hit reset on your emulator over and over again. Didn't take it. That's because Zam is not a mean-spirited game, though. Zam is a hard game. Like I said earlier, there's a difference between challenging and cruel. What I've been calling mean-spirited. I would not say that Zam is a mean-spirited game. I would call it a challenging game. Very different things, though. There is nothing in Zombies Ate My Neighbors where, you know, you hit something invisible and it kills you instantly and the game's like, ha ha. Nothing like that. There's no gotchas. Being the hardline stance you're taking, that's objective. No, I'm telling you, fun is not an objective statement. Let me be clear. There's like, if I'm telling you it's unfun, that's inherently personal because you cannot objectify fun. It's an experience. You can objectify, I like saying objectify. You could objectify design factor that can create fun or not on a system of averages, especially between personalities. But again, that's why I said it's preferential. If you had fun with Lost Levels, I can't take that away from you, and I don't want to take that away from you. But you can't tell me that your fun makes Mario 2 Japan a good game. It doesn't. Neither does my not fun make Mario 2 Japan a bad game. Those things are separate. But I do think that Mario 2 Japan is designed to be not fun. It's designed to appeal to a very specific audience. You might fit that audience, and that's cool. But for the rest of the planet, it's extremely frustrating and unenjoyable. Very few people enjoy Lost Levels. And it might come down to a personality thing. Might come down to a skill thing. I don't know. I've heard some people, not you, because you're not this person. I've heard some people tell me, like, you just gotta get good. But like, I've played a Souls game and gotten good at that. It's not the same thing. I can enjoy a Souls game because it's challenging. Cannot enjoy Lost Levels because it's mean-spirited, and there's a difference. I'd love to explore that more. What is that? What is the difference? What is the distinction between a game designed to be mean and cruel and frustrating and a game designed to challenge a player who can practice and mature and become skilled at the game? Wizardry 5 was a game that I would consider to be mean-spirited. Eye of the Beholder, same subgenre and everything, same system. Designed more to be challenging, I think. There were a lot more things that made sense. For sure, we agree that, and hopefully we agree that like fun is subjective too. I know that you and I agree on most things. I typically get you on a variety of statements that you make, and you typically get me on a variety of statements that I make. I tend to make these hardline objective statements or what sound like them. But I'm trying to be clear that I'm not saying that I don't think that there's such a thing as objective fun, because fun is an experience. A prank on the player and you're right. If you enjoy pranks, then that's great. A lot of people don't enjoy having, ice water dumped on them when they walk through a door, or being kicked in the balls, when they're not expecting it. That's what Lost Levels is, though. And it's good at being a kick in the balls, but not a lot of people want that. If you're into, that scene, then that's great. It exists. But yeah, I tend to agree with Temper that it sucks. Not just because it's unfun personally, but because it's designed to be so frustrating. And I really can't feel any sympathy for it then. Like, if it's designed to be so frustrating, people are going to be frustrated with it. That makes sense, doesn't it? It makes sense that if you make a game frustrating, people will get frustrated. And that's 100% what has happened with the vast majority of people when discussing the Lost Levels. Finding the enjoyment in it is something that seems needs to be the case. That you have to figure out how to enjoy the Lost Levels. No, this is a PG chat. Come on now. Okay, Crash. How's it going, Crashy? I had this discussion frequently about games that people say are fun, but tend to be a case of Stockholm Syndrome, included by masochistic memorization. There are a lot of games, that can be fun to different people, but I'm interested in figuring out what are design choices you can make that increase fun factor for a majority of people. Not necessarily appealing to the concept that we should make games appeal to the majority, because I don't think that's right either. Just came out in the wrong era. If it come out today, it would have been Harold's masterpiece like Super Meat Boy and Bullet Hell Shooters. Had it been, that would have been interesting. I think it feels weird it being a Mario game too, but yeah, it definitely feels mean-spirited. And I've played Super Meat Boy. I've played some hard, brutal speaking of indie trends at the start of the stream. I've played some quote unquote brutal RPGs, and they can be brutal. You can see how, this is going to be difficult, but yeah, when a game is intentionally frustrating, people will be frustrated. This is a new room, I think. I've been in this castle forever. I don't even remember where I'm going. That was such a beefy conversation. Am I going the right way? Somebody who's paying attention may know. We'll see. If I go back and hit the carpet. No, this looks different. What is this? Oh, it just like sucks you in? Okay. All right. Let's see. Folks are okay. In today's world, Kaizo hacks. Super Hard Mario Maker levels. Think Lost Levels gets viewed through that lens. Yeah. As a variation to it, I'm not really sure that they're identically the same thing. Kaizo today and Lost Levels then. Lost Levels doesn't seem like it benefits from 30 years of platformer design in Mario to make something that's really precise. Like whenever I play Lost Levels, I'm just like, some of this feels sloppy, but it's old. It's an old thing. And they were just trying it, you know? Let's see. Lost Levels would be fun. Reminder to anyone who grew up with All Stars, Lost Levels is a bad port of FDS original. And I've been careful too, going back to be like, what is the worst Mario game? I do want to say that I started out making that distinction that Lost Levels is the worst Mario game. Okay? If it's a worse version of the original, and the original is already abrasive, then Lost Levels is going to be even doubly offensive. Let's see. Payoff for design choices. Yeah. One difference fun. Precision platformers. Open my item screen. Okay. There you go. Did you use the key? I think so. I don't know that there's an item screen. Mario is missing. You should play Lost Levels. I would advocate that people try it. What do we have here? Oh, it's a tunnel.
The tunnel.
I would advocate that people play it. Sure. Just to say that they have. Props to you if you beat it. Here we go. Mother! Oh, very tall person. That looks such a, like, 80s anime character. Spike, is that you?
Are you okay?
Yes, I'm fine.
Good, I'll get you out of here as soon as I take care of the creature that has taken over the castle. Sorry.
I gotta go pretty soon.
Be careful.
Oh, be careful, son. She is a level 4 fighter and very athletic. But I think that she would be a nice girl if she wasn't influenced by evil beings.
Right. Thanks, Mom.
Here's something to take with you, Spike. Spike received the card of transport. With this card, you can return to Professor Steam if you're in trouble. Sweet. Oh, and we get a free heals? Okay. I gotta go pretty soon here, so I gotta blitz through this. I like how you said, I like Mario is missing IMO. It's your opinion that you like it. That's great. Edutainment. I know you know the difference between the two. Maybe people just use Lost Levels for both. Oh, for sure. And that's my fault too, Cinco. I should have been clear right away that I was talking about Lost Levels. Speaking off the cuff live while playing a game, it's difficult to be clear. But thanks for the benefit of the doubt. I do appreciate that. Nobody talks about how great Mario teaches typing is. Yeah, no kidding. You play Pitfall on 2600 and then you play Mario. Holy smokes. Okay, here we go. I have not played Mario's Time Machine or Mario is Missing in forever. I should check those out. I should use those on my kids. Kids are great test subjects for edutainment, for old games to see if they stand up. Sometimes, it's curious. I will show my kids a game, from years and years ago. They have no idea what it is, no nostalgic attachment, nothing. And they wind up loving it. And then sometimes I'll show them something and they wind up hating it. I'm like, I wonder what the difference is. And sometimes, obviously, that can come down to mood and all that. This castle's still going. Holy smokes. I might need to use the transport out of here and then come back manana because I gotta get going. Unless there's a save point that anybody knows of. Actually, if somebody has the opportunity to pull up a map and can direct me to a save point, that would be muchas gracias. Hey, here we go, right here. Never mind. Some folks just like stuff because they like stuff. It's true. Yeah, it's true. I always think there's probably a reason why somebody likes something. It takes finding that reason. This was an epic stream. Zelda debates, Mario debates. I think there's a game playing in the background. Thank you, chat, for bringing the heat today. That was a really fun stream. It was great after playing through Wizardry. Nice to have the palate cleansed and all that jazz. Let's see. I think I better just split rather than mess with the raid today. So hey, it's what makes critical reviews so hard to do. People are bad at articulating why they like things. Yeah. No Lord of the Rings debate. Do we debate Lord of the Rings here? I feel like the only time we debated Lord of the Rings is when Temper had the audacity to say it wasn't popular before. Oh, you tried. You brought up Lord of the Rings. I wasn't aware you were trying to debate it. That's my bad. We'll talk about Lord of the Rings tomorrow. Hey, everybody. Thanks a lot for the stream and for chatting. I hope tomorrow you're just as chatty and fun and lively. Bring your fun takes. We enjoy talking about video game criticism here. Not, coming down on video games, but just talking about the qualitative nature of video games. You have yourself a wonderful day. Pray for me. Thoughts and prayers. I got to get on a phone call with an attorney right now. All right. Take care of yourselves. Bye-bye.